You sure you're ready for this, dude?
I sure am.
Alright, here goes
Half
nothing.
time. And there we go. The platinum trophy earned. What an image, eh? Should you go for the Adventure Time Platinum Trophy?
Hey, this isn't that bad. I'm actually glad.
Hey, look!
Adventure Time Pirates of the Enchiridion is an RPG game set in the land of Oo, the world the show takes place in. However, this world has been flooded, and it is up to you as Jake and co to figure out what exactly has happened. This will see you sail to a lot of different islands, battling enemies, rescuing helpless penguins, and completing a dozen or so side quests on your way towards the Platinum Trophy.
Able to move this.
Similar to Ben 10, the deeper you get into the game, the more of Jake's friends you unlock and use in your team. You start off as a party of 2 with Jake and Finn, and you will soon be unlocking Marceline and BMO to strengthen your squad and do lots of damage to foes. Something I did not learn until I was about level 5 was that you can level up your characters. Just simply go into the menu and hit
Just
train.
leave it to me.
Doing so really makes the game a lot easier than it should be, so if you do want a bit of a challenge, try to stay a level or 2 below what you are. Also, I have never watched a single second of this show, but I did have a rather fun time listening to the characters interact during the cutscenes, and some of their jokes were pretty funny.
You've got to be really, really quiet. Get him!
And I do believe that the cast in the show actually reprise their roles in the game too. And I could have sworn that the guy was actually Danny DeVito, but it turns out that it's not.
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong. And there's nothing you can do about it.
The game was also surprisingly a lot better than it should be, knowing that it is an OG Games game. Thankfully, I did not come across any bugs, although there is one major one, more on that later, and I did not struggle that much on my way to glory. Some things that you will be doing to pick up the platinum are falling into the water 10 times, winning a fight against a higher leveled enemy, and using BMO's special ability to analyze weaknesses on the enemies. The Collectibilist award goes to Super Helper, complete all side quests. There are 12 side quests in the game, ranging from super easy, like moving 4 sandbags a few meters, to pretty annoying, like finding penguins and children scattered throughout the world and returning them to their home. The reason these two are rather annoying is that there are 10 penguins and 10 children that you must return, but that there are only 6 spots on your boat for them, meaning you will have to sail the seas several times in the boat to and fro just to complete these. It never happened to me, but I heard that if you die in battle, these get returned to the spots that you found them. So you will have to go back and pick them up once again. Another annoying one is sailing around the seas looking for pirates to fight. There are 7 ships in total, and they were a bit hard to find for me, but easy to battle once found. Again, luckily this did not happen to me, but I heard that if you complete the main story before completing this one, some of the remaining ships are gone forever, and you will be locked out of the trophy. I suggest completing all of the side quests before completing the main story. Once the 12th side quest is complete, this trophy is yours. The most confusing award goes to Quadrilateral. The most confusing award goes to Quadrilateral. Overskronk 4 enemies in a single battle. I think it is pretty obvious why this one is confusing. What in the world is Overskronk? And how do you do it to 4 enemies? Even reading up on what to do, I was still a bit confused as I thought I had done what was asked of me. But alas, more reading and watching needed to be done. The idea here is to overkill 4 enemies, aka do a lot more damage once they have been taken down to 0 health. For example, if an enemy has 10 HP and you do 150 HP worth of damage, you will oversconk that enemy. I think you have to do at least 100 HP over to oversconk them, as I seem to do pretty close to that, but oversconked never showed up on the screen. There are a number of battles where you will fight 4 or more enemies at once, and you can get this apparently as early as a tutorial, although I did get it much later in the game. If you are struggling to get this, try to figure out the enemy's weaknesses using BMO's special ability. Another way to get this, which is how I got it, is to upgrade Jake's Doodarang so that you can attack 4 enemies at once. This was the easiest method for me, but once you oversconk 4 enemies, no matter how or by who, you will obtain this trophy. The glitchiest trophy in this game goes to Now Stay Put. Take all the penguins to the treehouse. Again, thankfully I never came across this glitch, but I thought I should warn you, as you will not be able to get the platinum if this happens to you. After a number of main missions, you will come across one where you return a crown to the Ice King. Upon returning the crown, a side mission where you have to return 10 penguins will show up, along with a new area to return these penguins. In some instances, this area does not spawn in the game, meaning you are unable to return the penguins, and thus not being able to get the trophy and the platinum. It is best to immediately make your way to this area once the side mission triggers, just to see if that area spawns in. If it does not, you will have to start a new game unfortunately, and hope that it doesn't happen in the next one. So, should you go for this platinum trophy? It is quite hard to believe that the people who made the Jumanji and Paw Patrol games also made this game. This game is head and shoulders better than those ones. But is it still worth a play? Even though the game was slow at times, especially when sailing around and pulling out your map because there is no mini-map in the game, I still had a really fun time playing this one. The game was quite challenging up until I realised I could level up those heroes. Even then, it was still very enjoyable, and the story and humour was quite good. Again, this was not a very hard game to play, albeit 1 or 2 bosses, but once you understand how to fight them, it ends up being rather easy. My PlayStation tells me I spent about 17 hours in the game, but I think an hour or 2 was spent doing nothing while I tended to my children in my home. So you are probably looking at finishing the game in around 15 hours or so. This isn't just better than Jumanji and the Paw Patrol games, but probably the best OG game that I have played. And for those reasons, I think you should go for this platinum trophy.